live. We are live. Now, let me invite my friend up. Here we go. Go. All right, there we go. All right. Now, let me invite my co-host up. Just a moment. Hang on a second, guys. All right. Now, let's see. Let me get my glasses on. Hang on. All right. Come on. Here we go. Share this. Hang on. Nope. Hang on. Cancel. I need to make my little thing over here. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm all lost. Hang on. All right. Where you at, girl? All right. Hang on. Shit. Why can't I find her? Okay. Hang on. Just a second, girl. All right. Just a second. It's real done. Just a second. All right. Hang on. I am. Hang on. All right. All right. Hang on just a second. I've got to get my live over here with my buddy. All right. Cancel. Where is she? Okay, hang on. Oh my God, where in the hell? Invite my guest. Copy. All right. And there we go. Okay, come on. There you go. Paste. All right, there we go. Hey there. I'm going to send it to you right now. There you go. All right. There's the link. Okay, Sprinkle done. I'm sorry. Woo, she caught me off guard over there. So there you go. So we can come backstage and we'll get busy on this one. Let me get my stuff together. All right. Now, you should be able to use that right there and come on back. You see it? All right. And I'll let you just, I wish I could copy it this other way, but for some reason it doesn't go to my phone, which I don't understand that. Can we do it this way? Maybe. Let's see. Can you see that right? I think you can copy and paste it, but let me see. Hang on. I know, girl, I'm just sucking right now. I'm just, TTPS. That phone call kind of got me off guard. I can't do this way. Hang on. All right. It's okay. We'll get there. It's okay. All right. We do the dots. Okay. And backslash. StreamYard. Here we go. StreamYard.com. Hang on. Okay. Okay. It's HTEX. Okay. There she is. All right. Add to stage. All right. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. All right. Now, look how pretty you look today. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you. All right.
You too.
Right. Can you hear okay? Is it loud enough?
Yeah, it's better this time.
All right, good. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit. Oh, what a day. All right, hang on. Oh, there might be part of the problem right there. Okay, very good. All right, good. All right, so I'm excited about tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. What, your brother? All right, whatever that says, I don't care. All right, anyway, how was work today? Good?
It was a long, slow day, but it was okay.
Long, slow day?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Well.
Seemed like it took about 12 hours to get through 8 hours.
Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can, hang on a second. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix our camera. Let me see this. Visual effects. Here we go. We're on. It's on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fix that. All right. Good. You look pretty today. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Get myself back in order because I'm all out of sorts. Talking about Devlin and his situation. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. Do you hear some kind of weird? You hear that?
The music? Yeah.
No, it's like a somebody.
I just hear music. That's all I hear.
Okay, let me fix that right quick. We'll take care of that. All right. Oh boy, yeah, it jumps up there all by itself. I don't know why. I can hear like some kind of weird. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, the music went away.
Okay, good. Now, let me go fix this other thing. Media. All right. Good Lord, I can't ever get right. Okay, now. I think it's this right here. Now, is that better? I think you got rid of all that extra.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
It's like some kind of weird back noise.
Vibration or something.
Back noise, anyway. So, yes. All right. Today, I forgot to tell. Let me do one little thing when we get this together. Girl, someday I'll be all together. Someday.
No, that's fine. You're doing
I'll
fine.
Be ready to go.
You're fine.
Here we go. Hang on. Let me get her to come on up. Let me get my mod to come on up real quick. I forgot to tell her. Oh, Fridays are so kind of weird because, we always go to a little Friday night date and it just takes up some of my time. But anyway, all right. So today, when I was thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight, I was like, oh my God, I did not realize how many people had actually used Munchausen by proxy as a reason to unalive a person before, trying to say, oh, well, I had to do this because of that, right? I was shocked how many other people there were. I did not know that.
Yeah, I kind of dug into it
I call her
too.
Gypsy, and I always will call her that. I thought only that she had done this. I did not know there was other people.
Well, she did it as a victim.
Coming across that today, I thought, oh
most
my
of them
God,
used
this
it
be
as a
something great to
defense
talk
for a
about.
crime.
Because the other people were not successful at this either, which I found interesting.
Most of the people used it as defense for a crime they did. That's the whole thing.
A video about this, and we'll just keep on going. And okay, hang on just a second. Let me find this. Oh, this morning it was so nice outside.
A lot of them used it as a defense for a crime they did. Like unaliving their children, they tried to use it as
there you go. Look what it's doing. Of course, it's going to do that crap. My mouse is going to act up. Everything's going to be a mess today. All right. Okay. Munchausen, hang on. By proxy, excuses, because it is an excuse.
Well, I really dwelled into it the best I could while I was at work. A lot of them, they used it to try to use it as a defense for unaliving.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen in just a second. So we're going to add an extra screen. Hang on just a second. Please do not dump us out. Do not dump us out. Here we go. Share the screen. Okay, I'm crossing my fingers because sometimes it dumps me out. You know that. Okay, look. All right, here we go. Share. And there we still are. Okay,
there you
look
go.
At this right here. There's some notable victims, and then there's some other victims. But over here, let me fix this where it will scroll because you have to split the screen in order for it to scroll. Anyway, whatever. Here we go. All right, now here we are with that. All right, now I can scroll it and we can talk about it now. So now today they call this a factitious disorder imposed on another, right? Instead of Munchausen by proxy. And it's a condition in which a caregiver creates the appearance of a health problem in another person, typically their own child. But a step-parent can do this as well, right? Now, this may include injuring the proxy or altering test samples. The caregiver then presents the proxy as being sick or injured. Now, I'm going to go back and say this. I think that Lori Daybell, whatever she wants to call herself, did this to her daughter. Because if you remember, she was talking about how sick Tylee was, and how she had to always take care of her. Do you remember that conversation? On all the little, every time she got a chance to have an interview, she would talk about this, right? Now, nobody ever said she had this, but after reading about Gypsy and these other people who do this, it just makes sense to me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. All right. Now, this caregiver then presents the proxy as being sick or injured. Permanent injury or death of the proxy may occur as a result of this disorder. True, but in what I'm finding, the persons who were the proxy, who was abused by the other person, tends to use this excuse as the reason why they took the caregiver out. I'm trying not to say the words because YouTube has this thing about using the word the M word and things like that. So
unaliver.
You have to kind of talk around it, but it'll be okay. So then it talks about there are notable cases where the caregiver, defrauds charities, insurance companies, or local friends and family under the guise of using the resources received for the aid of the proxy. All right. Now, this origin or name is derived from Munchausen syndrome, which in turn derives from the famous liar in literature, Baron Munchausen. The character was in turn derived from the historical Hieronymus Karl Friedrich Flor von Munchausen. This is very German. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right. So, now, here's some notable victims. Now, I will say this. In all fairness, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not a victim. All right? She never was. The reason why that this case was presented the way it was is because they stopped investigating the case as soon as she claimed that Dee Dee was abusing her medically and etc. right?
Well,
They never even looked all the way into how Gypsy got into, or I'm calling her Gypshit, how she got into the situation. She's not a victim, but she is talked about as if she is a victim in all the literature when it comes to Munchausen by proxy. So
what I found out
now,
too, investigating
I'm going to read
today.
this real quick, and then we'll
Can you
start
hear
talking
me?
about the next step of it. Okay.
Can you hear
So
me?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard was Dee Dee's proxy, not really, and suffered over decades of medical abuse. No, she did not. She had an actual chromosome disorder, a deletion disorder that caused a lot of her medical problems. Are you there? Where are you at, Sprinkled? I don't see you. Sprinkled.
Hold on.
Okay. I can see that you're kind of there, but I can't see your face, and that's okay. Anyway,
Okay, I'm right here.
So,
can you hear me?
Where
Can
you
you
at?
hear
Let's
me?
see what happened. Oh, there you are. I see you now. I see you now. Okay, good. All right, good. Let's see. Pull you back up, girl. I don't think you can hear me. Oh no, don't tell me that's not it again. Hang on. Let me see. I can't hear you. Let me add you back. Let's fix this. You know what? Let me fix this again. You know, we've had this before. Edit the mic settings. Here we go. And we're gonna turn this all the way up. Here we go. Let me turn it up for you. Okay. Now start talking. See if I can hear you.
Okay, hold on.
I don't hear you.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. I think it's this right here. Hang on. I got it. I think it's this. All right. Hang on. Now start talking.
Hold on. I got to go back to where I was.
I got you. Okay, I can hear you now. It was this over here. All right. Oop. You gonna come back in? That's okay. You can come back in. It's fine. All right. Okay. I'll just wait on you. It's fine. She's added to the stage.
Here I am. Right. Now, can you hear me?
All right,
can you hear me now?
Let me get you back on. I see you.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Let me get you back up here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. It's okay. There you are. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, we're fixed now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because before I was talking and I don't think you could hear me.
I could not, but I think it was because over here, remember I turned this one down because it was like having all this back noise. It was like duplicating. But anyway, it's all fixed now. We're good.
Because I was trying to interject and you were just talking and talking. I'm like, she can't hear me. She can't hear what I'm saying.
Right. Now I can. So
good.
Okay. So remember I was talking about, Gypshit is not really a victim.
No.
She created her whole mess. But you take over and start talking about, tell me what you think about that.
Well, when I was researching today, and I did as much as I could while I was at work.
Right.
There was a lot of cases. I actually found the first case that kind of set the precedent for a Munchausen by proxy in the courts. It was a Mary Beth Davis. She was a nurse who unalived one of her children, and the child died in 1980, but they didn't reopen the case till 1997. She ended up getting 40 years, but served 20. She was a nurse, and she poisoned her children by insulin. So she got first-degree murder for the son, and she got attempted murder for the daughter. She got 40 years to life, served 20. And I guess that set up all the precedences for a lot of this Munchausen by proxy because it was just starting to come into fruition in 1997. So they saw a lot of these things and reopened the case and then got her. Most of the people were moms who unalived their kids. Gypsy was the only one that I came across that actually used Munchausen by proxy as a defense.
Okay.
For the unaliving of her mom. And from what I read, hers was about the only case that had it went to trial, they said the jury would have actually acknowledged that as a motivating factor and a reason for her unaliving her mom. Now, a lot of the other ones like Lacey Spears, she's the one who put the saline solution in her baby while in the hospital. She did a lot of things like Dee Dee with Make-A-Wish and all of that stuff. She also tried to use Munchausen by proxy as the reason. but they said that it was a mitigating factor, but the jury couldn't come to the conclusion that it was a reason for the unaliving. Because a lot of these women knew what they were doing, and they were very controlled with what they did, and they were very made steps for what they did. So they said, no, we don't believe you. We don't believe you at all. But Gypsy was the only one where they currently, according to the judge, she was highly abused. Psychiatrist, she was highly abused. Everybody, she was highly abused. So she was allowed basically to use that as a reason, which I found really surprising.
Me too, because they did not really even investigate if Dee Dee had ever been, diagnosed with that or not.
And the diagnosis of that has to come from a psychiatrist. A doctor cannot diagnose you with Munchausen by proxy. It has to come from a psychiatrist.
Right. And it damn sure can't happen after you're dead.
No.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. So, I mean, this whole case with Gyp over here, I mean, the whole thing is... Okay, so let's look at Nick for a moment. Poor Nick is in prison for life. He will never get another chance to have a new trial. Nothing. He is where he is. He's exhausted everything he can do because her whole case was based on a lie, which is unfair. I don't know how we can help him, but I wish we could.
Because the Munchausen by proxy Munchausen didn't come into play in Nick's trial. It was strictly just for the unaliving. They couldn't enter anything else into it that would have made any difference other than strictly that he unalived her, period.
Now, true. That's very true. But I always wondered, I don't know how you feel about this, but let me ask you this. Do you think that there's any truth in the fact that maybe Gypsy had went in there and did a few of those, before Nick ever even got there? In other words, he says he only did 4 times. But there was clearly 17 times. How did that happen?
And see, and I feel like he was so honest with his interviews. He was so honest about everything. Why would he lie about that? I
agree with you on that. I mean,
why would he lie about that? That would be the point. He told the truth about everything. Everything. And that detective played him. She played him like a fiddle during that interrogation.
It was just terrible.
Terrible. She played him. She played on his emotions. She played on his disability. She played on everything. So why would he lie? There'd be no reason. Yeah. I don't think he could say, well, if Gypsy was there, this is going to be harder for her. So I have to lie and say I did it all. I don't think he could have computed all that. I really don't.
Me neither. Kids, children with autism or people with autism typically do not stray from whatever they're, they don't know how to just make something up.
Right.
They're pretty much one-track mind. Whatever happened is what happened, and that's how they tell it. And that's over and over and over how they tell it. It's not that they don't lie. It's just that they don't see gray.
They don't see a gray area. It's very black and white.
Right. And that's what I think happened with him. And I think that he was just not able to, I don't think he ever had the proper legal assistance. He just, the poor boy was just sold down the river because nobody gave a crap about him.
Well, I don't think if Gypsy would have gone to trial and hadn't taken a plea bargain, the end result wouldn't have been the same. She wouldn't have got 10 years.
What do you think she would have got?
She would have gotten a lot more. It wouldn't have been 10 years. She pled. They gave her a plea bargain.
Right.
At the end of the day, people can be mad at her for the sentence that she got, but she worked the system. She got a plea bargain and she got a very short sentence.
I've always wondered, though, if Nick was his own worst enemy, because, he may have said, no, I'm not taking that because I didn't do that. Or no, I'm not going to negotiate anything because I did participate. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
but I've never heard that he was ever even offered a plea deal. So I don't know.
I've never heard that either.
Yeah, I don't know.
But So we know that, we're talking about notable victims. Gypsy is not really a victim. That's a
No.
whole, she should not even be on this list, but she's on this list because it comes from Wikipedia.
She's on the list as like one of the most sensational Munchausen by proxy cases ever. She's
Right.
like she's at the top of the list.
She absolutely is at the top of the list. You're right about it. So the next one on the list, which is Olivia Gant. Okay. Now she died from the removal. Okay, she died from the removal of her feeding tubes after years of medical abuse by her mother, Kelly Renee Turner Gant. Now, she was convicted in 2022. Now,
from Colorado, another criminal from Colorado.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, the mom was in Colorado too. And she died in hospice. Olivia did.
Wow. Isn't that something? So the mother,
Colorado. But she was 7 years old, and the mom had him enforce the DNR for her.
Oh God.
But I mean, if you had a 7-year-old,
yeah,
I don't know. Depending on the circumstances, I mean, I had to do that at one point in my life, and it was a horrible thing to do. But a 7-year-old to insist on a DNR, I don't know.
I don't think a 7-year-old can make up. 7-year-olds cannot even. They can't make a choice like that?
No, the mom insisted on it. Yeah, Kelly insisted on it for her daughter, but she was abused for many, many, many years. And the autopsy done on her showed no evidence of anything whatsoever. No disorders, nothing in that baby. Nothing.
Oh, well, then how did she pass away? I mean, because she said, "Do not resuscitate."
Yeah. So, well, I think she just started failing.
Right.
Because she was insisting on, she had any tests done, and that's what they were saying. When the tests come through and they're negative, a lot of times the parents will then create another situation. I don't remember exactly what she did. I just know there was medical abuse to her. And I know she fabricated a lot of things. She also got a plea deal too. And she only served 16 years.
16 years. Wow. Only 16. So
they were hoping for an acquittal due to the Munchausen, but they didn't believe it. They didn't.
I think that's one of the hardest diagnoses to prove. In my opinion, I think it's one of the hardest diagnoses to prove because you've got these kids that are constantly ill. Now, okay, do we know Gyp crap over here has this a chromosomal deletion? Did this other child also have a chromosomal deletion that caused some of her illnesses? I mean, that's something we don't know, right? How did you fall off again? Are you there? I don't see you, but well, let's see. Okay, I'll just wait for you to come back because I just see a big black screen. But that's okay. I know you'll come back. So there you are. No, I don't want to hit that button right there. Every time you hit that little recording button, it knocks me off and just shows you. But anyway, all right, let's see. Show. Are you there? Hi. Okay. Well, I know you'll be there in just a minute, so I'll just stay right here for a second. I think you kind of dropped off, but it's okay. You can come back. Whoop, I'll see you. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. So whenever it says to bring you back, oh, there you are. Okay, now I see you again. What happened? I just lost you. And now I can't hear you. Hang on. Let me fix this. Let's see. Mic settings. There you go. All right. Now. Okay, can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. There we go. There we go. Whoops. See what's going on with your mic here. Edit mic settings. Okay. I turned the volume up, but I can't hear you. Hang on. Are you there? Hello? Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Okay. Why is this doing this? I'm not understanding. Hang on, girl. I'm losing you. All right, I'm gonna turn it back up over here. All right. Now, start talking because I can't hear you. Okay, I'm gonna remove you and then I'm gonna add you back. Hang on. Okay. All right. I lost you again. Add to stage. How come I can't hear you? Oh no. I'm not gonna mute you. She's been out there.
Happened.
Okay, there you are. Now I fixed it. All right, there
Can
you
you hear
go.
me?
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah, we both went away for a minute, and then when we came back, you couldn't hear me anymore. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what it is about. Sometimes StreamYard just has a lot of issues, and I don't know if it's because there's a lot of people on it all at the same time.
That could be.
I don't know, but
That could be.
in Olivia Gant's case, she was pretty young, and so her mother gets 16 years, right? Then here's the next one, Julie Gregory, a childhood victim of her mother's Munchausen, and she survived and later documented in her mother's memoir, Sickened. It's a whole movie. It's called Sickened, the memoir of a Munchausen by proxy childhood. Now, I've never seen this or read this, but I would like to read it.
Compare it to Gypsy. Yeah, I didn't come across that one.
Okay.
But like I said, I was trying to be sneaky, so I had to kind of just do it in bits and pieces while I was at work.
Right. Okay. Then there's another one called It's Hannah Milbrand. She was a girl who was convinced that she suffered from terminal cancer by her parents in a situation of Munchausen using community donations and a wide-scale act of fraud. This is one of the first contested Munchausen proxy cases, causing a debate about whether it was a situation of true Munchausen's or just medical fraud. So, have you heard about Hannah Mildebrand?
No, I didn't read on that one.
I didn't find that one either. So let me see if we can see what this number 5 means. Hang on just a second. Let's see if we can pull something up. Let's see. There is
the only one the other one that I read up on was Lacey Spears for Garnet.
Garnet Spears.
Yeah.
Garnet Spears. Okay. Killed due to brain swelling induced by repeated salt poisonings, which was horrible, by mother Lacey Spears, and she was later convicted of murder. So I remember that.
Second degree. She got 25 to life. Because what they do is they bring the Munchausen in there and try to equate it to a mental illness. Well, the jury sometimes doesn't believe that by the way that these parents poison their children, like Mary Beth Davis.
Yeah.
She worked in a hospital. So she knew exactly how to do all their stuff. And the fact that they're very controlled, that they do these things over and over and over again, and they have methods, and they're almost symptomatic how they do it. They can't use that mental illness because they're so good at what they're doing. If you're mentally ill, you wouldn't be able to do it so well. And the only reason that Lacey got busted was because they put her under surveillance at the hospital, and they saw her.
The one where, is that the one that was on video and they saw her injected into the? I remember that one.
Yeah,
remember that one.
That's the only reason they caught her, because they actually got her on surveillance doing it.
Here's a shocking one. Now this was shocking to me because I'd never heard this before until I started looking at it. Eminem, the American rapper who has spoken in songs about his mother frequently taking him to doctors and hospitals for tests. He mentions being a victim of the illness in his song Cleaning Out. I'd never heard that before.
I hadn't either. I had not either.
That's pretty interesting, actually.
Very much so.
And then there's one. The next one was called... Oh, wait a minute. So he talks about this. His song was Cleaning Out My Closet. He says, going through public housing systems, victims of Munchausen syndrome, my whole life, I was made to believe I was sick when I wasn't until I grew up and blew up. He also received custody of his younger brother due to his mother's battle with this illness. That's pretty sad. Here's this young man having to also take on the responsibility of his brother due to his mother's Munchausen.
Wow.
That's sad. I never knew that about him. Let's see what it says. This is number 7. Let's see if it says anything. Munchausen past and present star telegrammed. Okay, we have to look that one up. All right. Then the next one that was kind of shocking. Let's go back over here. Where was I? The next one is somebody called Megan. I'm sure I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Bari. Okay. Do you remember Megan Bari?
No.
Yeah. So Megan Bari, her mother's name was Jean, claimed her daughter had idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Okay. The pair subsequently started a charity, Believe in Magic, that garnered thousands of dollars in revenue and the support of several celebrities, most notably boy band One Direction. Bari died at the age of 23 in 2018 from acute cardiac arrhythmia. An autopsy found that her brain was morphologically normal and had no tumors. Despite what Jean claimed, a report by the BBC suggested that Bari was a victim of Munchausen by proxy, a claim supported by academics Mark Felderman and the Kingston Council. Now, I've never heard of that one either.
No,
Wow.
me neither.
Okay, let's see what it says about this. So the Kingston Council, upon its someplace over London, which styles itself as Kingston Council, is the local authority for the Royal Borough of Kingston upon Thames in Greater London. Okay, it's a London Borough Council, one of 32 in London, and the council has been under the something liberal something.
They popped off for a minute.
That's okay. All right. Now, that was some notable victims. Now we're going to talk about the notable.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, here. I can hear you. Hang on. Let me see. What is going on with this thing? Mic settings, okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? Ugh. That's a damn thing. What's going on with it? All right. Okay. Are you there? Hello? Let me fix it. Let me see if it'll come back on. Oh my gosh. What's going on with this thing? I can hear static. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. You might have to come out and come back on. Oh my goodness. What the hell? Oh. Okay. There you are. I hear you. I hear you. All right. I see you. Yeah. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Technology is so lovely.
It is lovely. It sucks, doesn't it? All right, but we're back together. We're good. Okay. So then there was we had the victims, and
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay, let me see if it's this. All right. Oh, come on. Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. I can hear you.
Leave. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. I'll wait for you to come right back. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy thing. All right. Okay. She'll be back in just a minute. It's fine. Oh, there she is at the stage. All right. I see you. Can you hear me? Okay. She should be right there because it's showing that she's there. All right, there. I can hear you. I hear the noise. Do you hear me? Oh, this thing. Hello? No, we don't want to do that. I really wish this thing would stop it.
I can't hear you. If you can hear me.
It's like I can see the... I can hear you. It's showing green. Hello? All right, let me see if it's this thing. Let me see if it's this. Can you hear me now? Hello? Oh, damn it. This is pissing me off. We might have to just, let's do this. Okay, let me add you back over here. There you are. Okay, what's going on with it? She's authenticated. We don't need to do that. Okay. See, it's showing that I can see you and I can see the green mic thing. Can you hear okay? There's Choo Choo. Hey, Choo Choo, how you doing? Good to see you. Can you hear us okay, Choo Choo? Because we're having a lot of mic problems with Sprinkled over here. Sprinkled. Let's see. Let me see if I can fix her right quick. I don't know why we're having such problems with. Oh my Lord, what's going on with this damn thing? I think what we're going to do is have to put her out and bring her back in. Anyway, good to see you, Choo Choo. I don't know what's going on, but we were just talking about these Gypsy Rose Blanchard, which I call her. Okay, Choo Choo can hear us. I call her Gyp shit. Is not the first one to ever use. Okay, let's add her back. The Munchausen. Okay, can you hear me now? Because Choo Choo can hear us. You can talk. Go ahead. Oh Lord. Yeah, I can hear the paper rattling. You're there? Sprinkle? Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. Oh, Choo Choo, how you doing today? You doing good? Okay, let me see why is it doing this? Oh, she's gonna write something to me here. Let's see if this works. Okay, I can still see. Let me turn this volume up some more for her. All right, there we go. Now, all right, now, can you hear us? Okay. I can't hear you. Okay, here we go. Nope. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix it over here because it shows that everything's working. So edit mic settings. Okay, here we go. All right, now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Because it's showing green, like it's showing like it should be working. Yeah. See, Choo Choo can hear us. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. Sprinkle. I want you to go all the way out and then come all the way back in. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove you and then we'll add you back. How about this? Let's kick. Okay, there we go. Kick the gas. All right, now come back. Just come back. All right, just come back. I'm sorry, Choo Choo. It's been going off and on the whole time we've been trying to be live. So I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, come on back, Sprinkle. She's gonna have to come back in. All right. Come on. Now, here we go. Let's see. She'll be back in just a minute. Anyway, let me see if I can get her to come back. Sprinkle. Let's see. Let me put this down here. I know, girl. I know. I don't understand why. You know, other people have had problems with YouTube StreamYard as well. Okay, so let me send this to her. All right, there. Now, let's see. Yeah. Okay, what's she saying? Send the link to my phone. Okay, hang on. I got to send this link back to her phone. Just a second. Anyway, we'll stop for a second while I do this. Okay, it is HTTP. Because now I have to do it this way since I'm on. In my opinion, I don't think Gypsy Rose should have gotten out of jail. I don't believe so either. So let me get this sent to her. We'll talk while I do this. HTTPS and it's backslash. Oh, there she is. Add to stage. All right, we're going to add her back to the stage. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I
yes.
couldn't hear you at all. Did you see my sign?
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh no. Choo was like, I can hear y'all. I don't know what the problem is. But yeah, they could hear us. So
okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. It kept just like going to a blank screen and then it would come back and it would go to a blank screen and it would come back. It was weird. The only thing it had on it was the banner across the bottom. It was really weird.
That is weird. Yes, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard. I've tried Streamlabs, I've tried some other things, but StreamYard is like the easiest one to use, and so that's why I use it. But anyway, all right.
I'm on my Wi-Fi. Do you think that might have something to do with it rather than just being on my straight phone?
Maybe it might be that because
I've used the Wi-Fi before and it seemed to work okay, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, however it works is just keep doing whatever you're doing because it's working right now.
Okay, I'm not going to move.
All right, good. Okay, so Choo Choo, were you here? We were talking about Eminem. Even Eminem, the famous star, his mother had a problem with Munchausen by proxy, and it was so bad that he ended up having to raise his own little brother because of the problems with his mother. So we had notable victims, and now we're over to notable predators of Munchausen by proxy. I had no idea that there were so many of them. All right. Mm-hmm. So next one was a lady named Beverly Elliott. It's Alitt. She's a British. Oh, even worse. She's a British serial killer with Munchausen by proxy who purposely sickened and killed a number of minor children. Yeah, you don't know it. Okay. A bunch of minor children. Wow. That I did not know about that. Okay, Choo Choo. We'll see you when you get right back. The next one is somebody named Richard Angelo. He's an American serial killer responsible for overdosing his patients in a hospital where he worked as a nurse in attempts to rescue. He was doing the thing where he would overdose them and then try to save them. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. So he would be a hero or sometimes he was not the hero. So more of them died than he could save, right? The next one, of course, is Dee Blanchard. Now, I don't count Dee Blanchard not one bit because of gyp shit in her life. So we're going to move on past Dee because she's really not a perpetrator. You cannot diagnose somebody with something like that who is not alive for you to diagnose, right? So the next one is somebody named Amia Borzard in the memoir, Not Without My Daughter. Ooh, now this one's interesting. She is not only convinced that she is suffering from some sort of chronic illnesses, but she also convinces her adult brother, a medical doctor, that he will become ill himself if he bathes because he will wash all the cells off his skin and leave himself open to pathogens. Her brother, a trained medical doctor, initially finds this silly, but as the memoir progresses, he begins to follow his older sister's bizarre regimen and not bathing or following healthcare standards. Notably, the book does not suggest whether if this is true or is Munchausen by proxy or behavior based on anti-Western sentiment. Now, that's kind of an interesting thing, and I've never heard of that one. All right. So the next one, where is my friend? Okay, you've fallen off again. Oh my God, Sprinkled. We're having hell tonight. Okay, well, Sprinkled, hello, Sprinkled. Yeah, she's fallen off again. So I'm going to remove her and let her come back up. She'll come back. Come on back up, Sprinkled. The next one is somebody named Kristen Gilbert. Now, Kristen Gilbert is an American. Now, listen, they're serial killers, all of them. An American serial killer responsible for deliberately injecting patients to send them into critical states, hoping to get the attention from coming to the rescue and giving notice to the increasing deaths that she caused. When the murders didn't work, she'd harass and stalk employees and workplaces, once even calling in a bomb threat. Oh my God, she's horrible, right? Then the next one is somebody named Wendy Michael Scott. She is a mother charged with child abuse after purposely sickening her 4-year-old daughter, right? Okay. Then we have let me add you back to the stage. Okay, there you go. All right, you're back. You there? I can hear you. All right, here we go. What the heck, man? I don't even know what's going on. Let me fix this. It's this mic again. Oh my. Okay. All right, let me see if this works. Can you hear me? Okay. Automatically just. All right, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Okay, good. Good.
All right, there you are. You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck, man? This is bad today. Anyway.
Yeah, something's going on.
I know. It could be anything from the internet to something we're doing. I mean, Streamlabs. Sometimes I did a live the other day, and part of it's just missing. It's like started recording and it just stopped in the middle of it.
Oh wow.
It could be me, it could be the machine. I don't really know. I just went on with it and said, okay, well, we'll just deal with it as we deal with it.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
It is what it is. So now here's the funny thing, because a lot of these people are considered serial killers, which I found that kind of shocking, right? The next one.
Become a serial killer there's so many different criteria for a serial killer. I think you have to kill 3 or more. You have to have a waiting period in between the crimes. So there's all different things to actually be a serial killer. But I believe it's 3 or more victims.
That's something I'm not sure about, but you're probably right about that, because
it's 3 or more victims and a cooling off period. They call it a cooling off period between the crimes.
Okay. So now Kristen Gilbert, she's kind of ugly. She was deliberately injecting these people, and then she would save them. The whole thing is she was going to save them, right? The next one was Wendy Michelle Scott. Now, this mother is charged with child abuse after purposely sickening her 4-year-old daughter. Do you remember Wendy Michelle Scott?
I think the name kind of rings a bell.
Okay. She is from Fredericksburg, Maryland, and she's a mother of 2, and she was charged on November 16th of 2007. Let's see. Go back to that. Come on. With sickening her 4-year-old daughter in cases of Munchausen by proxy. Okay, so that's what happened to her. The next one is another weird one, Shauna D. Taylor. She is a Florida woman who medically abused all 10 of her children.
Oh my gosh.
Specific fascination with her internal organs. She poisoned her infant daughter in 2013 in an incident and caused the child to suffer liver damage, setting up a sympathy donation fundraiser page online for her child. Do you remember her?
No.
Wow. Okay. The next one is here's another one. Mary Beth Rowe Tinning, Tinning. Yeah. Do you really think Dee Dee so Chuchi's saying, do you really think Dee Dee had Munchausen, or was it really Gypsy who was? It was Gypsy. Okay, Chuchi. This is my opinion, and I could be very wrong. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, no. Dee Dee did not have Munchausen, because you cannot diagnose somebody with something when they've already passed away. She was not diagnosed with it before. This all of a sudden comes up whenever she's going to trial. All of a sudden this is there was nothing in that medical cabinet that would cause her to be sick like that Dee Dee could have given her to make her sick like that. Of course, now another thing about Gypshit, that's what I call her, is she also has a chromosome deletion that causes a lot of her issues, her teeth and all these different things. Becca Scoops has the best information on all the little problems, everything that was wrong with Gypsy. It had nothing to do with Dee Dee. Gypsy loved all the attention. Gypsy still loves all the attention. Have you noticed what she does to get attention? She went, oh my God, the abuse was horrendous. All these free trips and all these different things that she did. She loves the attention. She still loves the attention. Look what she's doing today. If she would have just went home, shut up and sat down and tried to be a normal person and live a normal life, she would be doing much better. Dee Dee is sorry. Yeah, we know, Chuchi. I know. I feel sorry for Dee Dee because Dee Dee's getting a horrible rap for something she never did. She can't stand up for herself because she's not here to talk. Sprinkle, what do you think?
That's just with Dee Dee. One hand, I'm with you. You can't diagnose somebody when they're not here, and she was never formally diagnosed of having Munchausen. I struggle with her Gypsy seeing doctors. One of the big things with Munchausen is seeing a lot of different doctors. Gypsy didn't see a lot of different doctors. She saw the ones when she lived in one place and when she moved to another place, but it wasn't like they were going to different doctors all the time. So that's not a symptom of Munchausen. That's not, because she saw the same doctors. She did have a few things done, the feeding tube, the teeth, different things. That's not really, why would a doctor do that if there wasn't a reason to do that?
Exactly.
And if Dee Dee was presenting all of these things, there's more of a liability on the doctor to perform unnecessary surgeries, malpractice suits. They could lose their license. So what are they going to do? Go along with Dee Dee because she has Munchausen, or are they going to turn her in and then save their license? You know what I mean? It's like there's too much liability for doctors to do these things that are unauthorized. Why would they do that? Why would they risk their license, their livelihood on everything to do something just because the mom, quote unquote, says it needs to be done?
Well, Gypsy clearly had failure to thrive. You could clearly, she had failure to thrive. You could see that. She's
absolutely.
very tiny.
But that can also just be straight child abuse, child neglect.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean it's Munchausen.
Right. I agree. Chuchi says, I don't think she should be treated as a celebrity for what she did. This is sick. And then that's on TikTok acting like a damn celebrity. I agree with you. It makes me sick watching that. And they let her out. They should let Nick out as well. In your opinion, I think so too. Nick never, exactly. Nick says Nick never had a chance. Not one chance did Nick have. And Chuchi says exactly, Sprinkle. He agrees with you 100%. And I agree with you on that too. It's there's so many parts to the Dee Dee Gyp story that we're never going to know the facts about because she's never going to let them out.
I think Gypsy was probably emotionally, mentally abused by her mom. I feel like that probably occurred. But to the extent that Gypsy says it did, I just don't feel it. I just don't.
Right. I feel like they both enjoyed all the attention, all the money, all the extra trips, the little specialties that they got because of her illness.
I think it was more the grifting to say that she had an illness so she could get things like the money, the trips, the Make-A-Wish and all of that, rather than just say that she had an illness, which required Gypsy all of these unnecessary medical procedures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. She claims she had 30 procedures. In the medical records, there's not 30 procedures.
Yeah. So I think, I think she did fake a lot of stuff, but I think it was more for financial gain than to abuse her daughter.
Chuchi has a question. He says, my question is she going to do the same thing to Aurora? Is she? I'll tell you what the difference is going to be, Ken. Now, Ken is her little puppet, but the one thing I think about Ken that people don't realize is he's not going to allow her to do that to Aurora.
No.
I just don't think he will.
No, and Dee Dee was very I don't know whether she isolated herself, but she was very isolated from family. So I don't think a lot of people and knew what she was doing. And Rod's to blame in a lot of that too. Why, if all
Thank
of that
you.
stuff was going on, why did he sit back and do nothing? Why? He just paid his money every month and that was it. But
Right.
he knew all of these things as a father. Shouldn't you be going to these doctor visits? Shouldn't you be verifying some of this information? Shouldn't you be a little bit more involved than to just send your check every month?
I have this. That's the same question I have because it's as if he. Well, and then of course now they come back and they blame Christy for that. Well, Christy wouldn't let him be involved. Christy. No, it is not Christy's fault. It is Rod's
it's
fault.
Rod's fault. It's Rod's fault.
100%. He had the choice. He should have made the decision to be involved in his child's life. But no, he did not. He just let them, Dee Dee do whatever. Which I'm not going to say anything bad about Dee Dee because I don't know her. I did not know her. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I'm just not going to say anything bad.
Right.
I just don't think that would be fair to her. Right. In fact, I think that as far as Gypsy and Dee Dee go, they should never be put on the Munchausen list, period. They are not a victim, nor are they a perpetrator of it.
Well, Gypsy's on the top of that list. She is on the top of that list.
She sure is. Okay, so then the next one was this Shauna D. Taylor lady. And so she abused 10 children, all 10 of her children with this. Okay, so Chuchi goes, what is to blame for a lot of it? So is it Christy? I don't know. I mean, Rod has a lot to do with it, but I don't. Christy, everybody involved in that story is guilty. I think every parent involved holds some responsibility. Rod did not care. He did not pay attention. Christy did not care. She did not pay attention. Christy wanted nothing to do with those two. Christy just wanted Rod to go over there and take care of the children he had with her. So I think all three of them, actually, So Rod is to blame for a lot of it, and so, well, I mean, when you're married to somebody and they choose to do what they choose to do, are you responsible for their actions? No, not really. I mean, I can't make my husband do something he doesn't want to do. Once he makes his decision, that's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. So I wonder if it's the same thing with Christy. Could Christy have said, no, Rod, you're not going to do that to her. I'm not going to allow you to do that to her. I don't know. I don't think she had that much control over Rod. I think Rod was a grown-ass man. He can make his own decisions.
Yeah, nobody can make another person do anything. I mean, you can.
Right. So, yeah, Chuchi agrees with us. Oh, gosh, you're falling off again. Oh, no.
We booted out again.
Yeah, you're falling in.
Now I can't hear you.
But I can hear you. Okay. Let me see what's going on with her. Oh, this is bad. Let's see. Get her to come
if you can hear me, I cannot hear you.
I can hear you. I just can't see you, but I can hear you. Now there. Are you there? I might have to throw you out and let you back in. Let's do that. Here, hang on a second. Lord, what's going on with this now? Here we go. We'll kick her out and we'll let her, she can come back in. I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard today, but this is bad. This is very bad. Okay, she'll come back in just a minute. God dang it, I'm so sorry. Woo. Rod, in your only, you know what? I do believe that, Chuchi. I do believe that because Rod was so concerned with Mia. But I think again, Rod has to live with what Rod did. Now, having children, I will never understand how can she treat one child different than the other child. There she is. She's going to come back. Okay, let me add you back to the stage. Hang on. All right, there you go. Lord, girl, there you are.
There I am.
I don't know what's going on, but okay, you're fixed. Yeah, I think that Rod, he did only care about Mia a lot of the times because that he was living with Mia every day. Now I don't know.
But don't they have a son too?
Yes, they do. They do.
Mm-hmm.
But the son was like, he never wanted to be on TV. He didn't want to be involved in any of this. He's like, leave me out of it.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either, So,
well, I mean, you can just, because I remember Rod talking about, like, when she got out of prison, how immature she was, and she didn't know how to make decisions, and all the things he said about her. Well, if that's the case, you as her dad, why didn't you put your little girl under your wing and kind of guide her. He didn't do anything to even help her when she got out of prison to make the right choices.
He sure didn't. Okay, let me see if I can make you bigger. I got to make you bigger. Hang on a second. Lord, what's going on with this? Okay. Oh, there we both are. All right,
There
can
we
you
are.
see us now, Choo-Choo? All right, there we go. We can both. Okay, I can see you both now. Yay! All right. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Rod bears a lot of responsibility when it comes to Gypsy and what happened with Gypsy. Absolutely, I think he does. Look how pretty you look. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you do today. Now I can actually see all your hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll talk about this next one. Okay, so we know that Shauna caused all of her children to have problems, and actually the worst was liver damage, and then she got a fundraiser. The next one was Mary Beth Rowe Tinning, Tinning. Now, she was an American murderer and suspected serial killer who was convicted in New York State of the murder of her 9th child, 4-month-old daughter, Tammy Lynn, on December 20th, 1985. This is a really old case, right? He fell off again, sprinkled. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's bad.
Hang on. I kind of have I have an emergency situation. Hold on.
Go ahead. It's okay. I'll just keep talking. All right. So she, this was back in 1985. She's suspected to be similarly involved in the previous deaths of her other 8 children, all of which took place within the span of 14 years. I think I remember this woman. I think I do. It was like 8 babies or 9 babies. Then the next one is Ellen Rook Jones. She's a nurse from Palestine, Texas. Oh boy, the Texas case. Yes, I remember this one. She pled guilty on June 27th, 2023 to charges of injury to a child, exploitation of a child. I see you again. There you are.
I got to step up. I have to step up. I have something going on.
Okay. All right.
I have something I need to take care of. I'm sorry.
Okay, go take care of it, and I'll talk to you later. It's okay. You can come back when you're done. How about that? All right. Anyway, okay. So I'm so sorry. Okay, Sprinkled. It's all right. So the next one is okay, that'll take care of that. All right. So the next one. Okay, so we're talking about this lady over in Palestine, Texas. She had exploitation of a child and aggravated assault. Rupp Jones injected her then 7-year-old daughter with insulin and glucosamine in order to feign diabetes. Rupp Jones appeared twice on local news programs to solicit fundraising donations and diabetic alert dog for her daughter. She received an 8-year deferred adjudication. Okay, she basically caused the death of her daughter with insulin, which is just terrible. Oh my God! So she gets this dog. And then she also received 59 days in jail. Okay, guys, 59 days in jail. 300 hours community service and court costs, and an 8-year deferred adjudication for the death of her daughter because she gave her insulin. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my God. And then she also received restitution to the family of the service dog and an order to protection from her other daughter until she turns 21 years old. Wow, that's terrible. Then there's Cynthia Abukuk. I know I'm not saying this right. It's ABCUG. She is a Denver, Colorado mother who was convicted on August 26th of 2022 of a misdemeanor child abuse and conspiracy to commit kidnapping after plotting with a QAnon. Okay, where we've heard about this before, the QAnon members online to enact a raid of the foster home of her 7-year-old son. He was removed from her custody due to accusations that she lied about him having seizures, a heart condition, and brain tumors, and other health issues. In order to trick doctors into providing unnecessary treatments, her son is still in foster care and has not had any major health issues since she was removed from his life. Isn't that just horrible? Now, it goes on down, it gives some fictional examples, which I don't know why you need fiction. I mean, there's so many real ones. Why do we need fiction ones, right? It's just awful. I just didn't know that how many people had actually tried this before. I mean, it's sickening, actually, just sickening. This one, she accused of sickening her child for 8 years. This was on CNN. Let me look at this right quick. All right. This was Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jennifer Bush, remember this one? She underwent 40 surgeries and spent about 640 days in hospitals. The cause of her illness was her mother, Kathy Bush. Assistant State Attorney Nick Wonder told jurors during the opening statements. I wish I had this trial. We would just play it right quick, That's awful. So there's just a lot of them. I mean, Gypsy Rose was certainly not the first, or Gypsy as I call her. She wasn't the first. She won't be the last. I'm sure other people will try this as well. The one thing we do know about her versus the rest of them is she wasn't really a victim, and her mother wasn't really a perpetrator. Now, so I'm going to get rid of this over here, and we're going to go talk about this other situation. Ooh, let me see if I can let me get rid of this. Hang on just a second. I don't want to lose sometimes I lose the whole stream, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, there we go. All right, so now that is quite amazing how many times this has happened. I bet you this happens in other countries too, but what I don't know is how other countries treat this. But let me look at something really quick. Okay. All right, hang on just a second, guys. Whoo, boy. It was so nice today in Texas. I was so happy to have some cool weather. I never heard of that case. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Other countries, I'm going to look at other countries where Munchausen has happened. So, hang on a second. It's fun to look these things up together. Other countries. All right. Oh, boy. All right. All right, here we go. Hello. Here we go. Here it says, okay, the term. Okay, here we go. Well, stupid ass. Look at that. Okay, it's like it's going. I don't understand. You misspelled it. I don't understand it. Okay, that's all right. All right. I hope Sprinkle's okay. I hope nothing bad. I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys. I mean, we just never know what's going to happen to us during the day. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Now, the National Institute of Health, let me read this right here. Come on. All right. I don't care about the notice. Okay. Here we go. The professional literature on Munchausen by proxy abuse consists of more than 400 articles, chapters, and books. Most have come from a handful of English-speaking industrialized countries. Our aims were to establish the extent to which published work about Munchausen has emerged from outside these countries and to determine the characteristics of any reported cases. So I guess they are. I mean, this is a worldwide problem, really. Numerous healthcare computer databases were queried and the results supplemented by materials and accumulated less formulae. We identified 59 articles from 24 countries, okay, describing at least 122 cases in 9 different languages. Among cases in which the information was available, the mother was the sole perpetrator. Dang, man, the mother, okay? And 86%. The victim was aged between 3 years and 13 years in 52%, and the victim was male in 54%. That's quite shocking there. Okay, so the presentations of MBP appear to be similar across the world, with the exception of induced apnea. Okay, I know I'm not saying this right. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, which emerged as notably uncommon in this review. An extensive table presents the characteristics of each case. Conclusions. MBP clearly is not a phenomenon unique to the Western or highly medicalized societies. This form of abuse is being increasingly recognized and reported throughout the world. The literature from US, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand often presuppose access to resources such as subspecialist and social service agencies that may be seriously constrained in other countries. The contributions of professionals elsewhere will be vital in ensuring that the efforts in the English-speaking industrialized settings to develop standards of care that encompass an international perspectives. Wow. Hey, Elizabeth. Ted Bundy has a fake broken hand. You're so funny, girl. Jeez. You're funny. Good to see you, Elizabeth. How are you? We were just talking about all the different cases of Munchausen by proxy and how many there is, and that it's in other countries, which is something we never really think about, and how many other people have tried this before and used it. It's quite shocking the number of people that are either the victim or the perpetrator. So But of course, now it's called factitious disorder, and so what causes it? Well, let's see what causes it. Let's see. Now, the National Institute, let's see, a case report. Factitious disorders represent some of the most disturbing, bewildering, and frustrating presentations in psychiatric and medical practice. Okay. Asher in 1951 coined the term Munchausen syndrome or factitious disorder. The main features of the illness are admissions to hospitals with an apparent acute illness supported by a plausible or dramatic history. Usually the story is largely made up of falsehoods. The individual is noted to have attended and deceived astoundingly number of hospitals, and the patient nearly always discharges himself against advice from the attending physicians. Now, after quarreling violently with both doctors and nurses, various other terms had been suggested, in hospital hobbies and hospital addictions, like they're addicted to going to the hospital. We report here a case of diagnosed after meticulous 1-year follow-up. Okay, this is the case report after following a person for 1 year. A 40-year-old housewife was admitted in a semi-conscious state. She had, and I'm going to say this wrong, hematemesis, okay, HEMADEMESIS, which consisted of approximately 1.5 liters of fresh blood. Her face was blood-stained and her sari was soaked with blood. There was no history of intake of gastric irritant drugs. Past history revealed innumerable admissions to the same complaint in various civil and military hospitals during the last 15 years. This had been her third admission in 1 year for the same complaint. This is one sick puppy, I guess. On examination, the patient appeared. Oh, she's back. Okay, here we go. Let's get Sprinkled back in. Let's see. Let's add her back to the stage. Where's she at? Oh, where you at, Sprinkled? There she is. Okay, there you go.
I'm
there
sorry.
All right. It's okay. It's all right. We're talking about this other countries and this studies of this disease. And what we have is this 40-year-old woman. She's been in different hospitals all over the place. But anyway, she's going back in the same complaint over and over. And the abdomen was softened, and they're talking about how they did this. They checked her over. Her liver was just palatable, and other systematic examination was normal. Her repeated hemoglobin and packed cell volume estimations were within normal limits. And it talks about her stool. They checked blood for her stool, and it was negative. Other biochemical and metabolic parameters, and they did ultrasounds. They did every kind of test they could do, even barium studies. And they were all normal. But she kept saying that she had stomach problems, her abdomen. With improvement, she was transferred to a general ward where the day prior to her discharge from the hospital, she had about the same thing again. And so she got to stay in the hospital because she mimicked whatever she's doing to herself. They were like, okay, she's still sick, right? The patient was very hostile and angry and felt she'd been misdiagnosed and showed her willingness to undergo exploratory surgery. One day, she was caught to be in possession of stainless steel containers, not from the hospital. It contained dark red clotted material of animal origin, similar to the stain or marks from her clothes. See how sick she is? Psychiatric evaluation revealed that she came from a broken family. Okay, now broken families don't make you have this, okay? No. I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree with that. Her parents both were casual laborers, lived separately. Her father was a chronic alcoholic, and she was brought up by her mother and deprived of adequate psychological and social support during her childhood. She did not continue her schooling beyond secondary level, and at the age of 20 years old, she had married somebody, but the marriage had failed. History of premarital, okay, so she'd had a lot of different relationships, right? The basic thing is this factitious disorder had been reported 2 or 3 times, but the problem is she just they caught her bringing something into the hospital, making herself sick with it, which is,
right.
I mean, she very much has a mental disorder, right? She has to have, there's no other, why would you do that to yourself unless you just need attention? It's an attention-based thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, it is. It definitely is. Even when they do it by proxy, it's still for the attention.
Yeah, it's a mental disorder they're dealing with. I've always wondered, though,
well, that's why it has to be diagnosed by a psychiatrist, because it is a mental illness.
Right. But, how many of them actually ever really get diagnosed until it's too late. Think about that.
Right.
Just like remember the book I read about? Her name was Patrick, The Memoirs of a Sociopath. And remember, they always told her, well, they would test her, but they would not test her because she was not a criminal. She'd never been caught doing these criminal acts. She finally came across a doctor when she was in I think University of California. She was in a medical school somewhere to get her psychology degree, and that's when she actually got tested. And she knew from the time she was 7 years old that there was something very different about herself. She just knew it, you know.
Mhm.
So I just wonder if these people also know that something's wrong with them, but can't seem to get help for it, and they go to this extent. They go this far out. You know, I wonder what that
Could
noise
be.
is.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, there has to be a reason why people are not diagnosed, or they're not. I hear some back something here. Hang on, let me see if I can fix that there. Okay, you still hear me? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I still hear you.
I don't know what that noise is, but anyway, I just wonder if how many of those people, whether they're the victim, well, the victims would not have it. It's mainly the perpetrator. Unless they're like Gypsy, who learned at a very early age that if she can continue this behavior, she would get all these special treatments, right?
Mhm.
So she just went along with it. And in fact, some of the people say, well, you know, she never told her mother she could walk. She would have told her mother she could walk, maybe some of this would stop. But the other
No, I
side
think-
says her mother knew
I
she
still
could
think
walk.
her mother had to have known she could walk.
Right. That's another part of the study, isn't it? So it's a very fascinating situation, really.
Mm-hmm. And it really is.
How many children when you think about how many children have died at the hands of a parent from this exact thing? I was talking about Lori Valadaybell. Remember how she just talks about poor Tylee all the time. Tylee was sick. I always wondered, was she making Tylee sick because she wanted
She could have been. Yeah, she very well could have been.
She was never diagnosed and it was never talked about. But from when you hear her talk and you hear about all these different things and you watch how she acts and her craziness, it seems to me like I think she was making Tylee sick because she liked the attention she got from it. Because
That's typical.
lives
That's
every
typical.
day for the attention that she got. It's all about her,
Mhm.
right? So that's a sick. She's very sick, very sick.
She is very
But
sick.
anyway,
That woman is very sick.
can you imagine that being your parent? No.
Oh, no.
No. I mean,
No.
history
It's
on
amazing that
personality.
Colby has turned out as well as he has.
Yeah, she's
It really is.
she's
That poor boy.
Her is she still has to go with that now because she can't change. If she
Right.
changes now, then she's going to have to admit, oh, she knew it was wrong. She killed her children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She can't
She's
do
got to
it.
stick with it. She definitely has to stick with it.
Look at him. Now he's a damn mess. Now hang on, rubber glasses. I'm watching for letter number 8 to come out over there on Chad's it's on X, but anyway, because what he's doing is, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, or unless you've read some of his books, you may not know this, but they are taking excerpts from his books that he has already written, and some of them are pretty old, and putting them out as if they were part of his real life, but they're not. It's just part of these books. I mean, it's more mental manipulation to drag people in because he can't attend the prepping whatever to sell his books anymore. So he has to go over here to X and do all this in order to advertise his books because nobody's going to buy them because the printing company's out. So the only way to sell the books is for him to go over here on X and
yeah.
Oh my God,
It's crazy.
It is crazy, all of them. I mean, but they're not the only ones. Think about all these different. There's a lot of them. It's not just Lori and Chad. I mean, there's this whole other cult over there that is born from what they were doing. You know, Zalima. Look at Zalima. She knew exactly when people were dangerous. She knew from day one that people were dangerous.
She did.
I don't understand. You know, I'll never understand. Anyway. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today because I was shocked how many people Even Eminem, think about that. That very famous little singer having to take custody of his own little brother because his brother was so mentally ill like that.
That's so tragic. So tragic.
I think, I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched, I think it's called, I'm thinking about that. He made a movie. It was something about something 8. I remember the number 8.
8 Mile.
8 Mile. Yes. I thought it was a pretty good movie that just talked about his life. But I don't remember in that movie hearing about this particular problem.
No, I think if that was the case, it would have been in the news. Yeah.
Well, oh, you fell off again. Girl, I don't know what is okay. Listen, StreamYard is driving me insane with this going in problem that we're having over here. We've been on here about an hour, 15 minutes. Let's just call it a day. We're coming on live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Lady Freedom and Tina and Devlin's mother, his natural mother, to talk about his case. Now, today I went out and requested information through a FOIA about Devlin's previous charges. And she can come back. Matt's previous charges and Lorraine's previous charges, which is some people that Devlin had lived with as part of that family. They are registered sex offenders, okay? And that's out there. I've got the receipts to prove it. And I think that something that happened with those situations is what has driven our Devlin to go missing. I really think one has something to do with it. These people know exactly what happened to that child. I think that there's just a lot more to the story that's being told. And we're going to hash it all out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time with Lady Freedom, Sprinkled Donut, myself, and Devlin's mother. So y'all come on back tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, and we're all going to talk about it. Let me see if I can get her. Is she going to come back? I don't know. Let me see. Anyway, just I'll go ahead and advertise it. I'll go ahead and put our little notice out for that tomorrow night. It's going to be a big show with multi-streaming on different channels. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you all have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sprinkled Donut, I'm going to say bye for YouTube because you didn't come back yet, but I'll talk to you guys about all the trouble with YouTube and StreamYard. Bye, guys. Oh, Lord, this crazy thing. At the end.